Hi, hello, and welcome to yet another episode of IPL Tidbits with Sid, Kar, and Shash. And today, as you can see, we have got two people who are beaming. No, up, yeah, up, yeah. So two people who are happy and beaming. We got our super expert Manas over here, and we also have a RCB super fan. Okay, Madhumita, and as you can see, RCB has won by 1 run yesterday, and it's like all the RCB boys and girls are super excited about it.
Karthik,
First,
you want to tell everybody about Manas and Madhumita, how they gave us the inspiration to start off with season 2?
yeah, exactly, guys.
Go public.
Okay, yeah. So what happened was on April 9th, okay, we were still talking. So what do you think, Sid? Should we do the show again? Yeah, because like my wife clearly said, okay, so don't keep giving vouchers and all, okay? Already we are running on loans, and I'm sure Sid would have faced the problem. And at 7 o'clock, we get a message from Manas on Gully Cricket. Okay, aren't you guys doing the show again? And yeah, 7:10, Madhu messages me. Like, okay, at least there are two people in this world who want us to do the show, and let's do it. But seriously, guys, thank you. Okay, it has actually kind of given us a lot of energy, like over the last 10-15 days, especially with what's happening around. Okay, so this is kind of a welcome distraction for us, and we are enjoying it. All right, Madhu, first things, Abraham Benjamin de Villiers. All right. How does he keep doing it again and again?
I honestly don't know. I just want to give a disclaimer that I don't know much about cricket. My little knowledge has come from this channel and my friend Manas. So if I ever say something incorrect, that's because I really don't know anything.
No, Madhu, that's why we actually
feel free and express yourself.
No, Madhu, that's why we actually said you are a super fan, okay? Yeah. The expert is Manas, okay? You are the super fan. Yeah.
No pressure, Madhu.
Yeah.
No, I remember in the beginning when the wickets were falling, I was like, oh God, again, what's going to happen? Like, is it going to be the same scene as what happened on Sunday? But then, like, in the end, like, when ABD comes, like, you have all the hope as a fan. Like, you just have to relax. And then, especially, like, last 4 overs and all, you're like, okay, best is yet to come. And then he, like, shows it.
And the best actually came in the last over, Manas. Yeah. Okay, so we talk about 360, right? But see, like, you take Jadeja's that last over, right? He knew, whatever you do, I'm going to swing it over mid-wicket. Okay, but this guy, okay, a slash through point for a 6, okay, and a hook for a 6, a lap shot for a 6, and that's why he's called Mr. 360, isn't it, Manas? Okay, I mean, whatever you bowl, I have 5 shots for it. Talk us through that.
Yeah, so I think he's actually an alien because he can hit anywhere, in any situation. Like, there's so much pressure that you are the last batsman. There's nobody else after you. It happened earlier also when he hit Dale Steyn for 24 in 1 over. And he was the best bowler that time. Again, yesterday, he was Stoinis on the other end, who has done extremely good against RCB. And then this de Villiers guy hits everywhere and across the park, taking a total to 171. It wasn't much, but it was at least challenging enough for RCB to have that confidence in the second half that they can win it, and they actually did. So
yeah, they did it just.
Hats off to ABD.
Hats off to ABD, as Manas said. Shash, it was just a matter of the last overs, right? I mean, the last over of both innings, RCB won, and that is what turned out to be the difference.
Yes, definitely. I mean, we were not looking at a great score, until the 19th over. And I think Rishabh Pant made a tactical mistake, by probably not bowling Amit Mishra in between. And that exposed Stoinis, who hadn't bowled a single over. And ABD just cashed in on that over. And we ended up getting a competitive total, I would say. So that proved to be the difference. And I would say it's high time Virat gets some runs. I mean, it's not like he's out of form, but then there's just too much dependence on ABD and Maxwell, I would say.
Call him and tell him that.
Exactly. You have to cancel.
Pick up that phone, I would say. Yes. Pick up that phone. Okay.
And another suggestion I would say is probably, since Washington Sundar is not, able to perform, why not just send him opening, and because he just go and express himself along with Padikkal, and that way you have like Kohli coming in number 3, then you have Maxwell and ABD. Just a suggestion, so that it also strengthens our middle order, and then you can allow these guys to play freely since he's not able to provide much impetus in the middle order.
All right, so that's a nice thought. Okay, if at all we get a chance to talk to Virat or who's the other guy, the coach, Mike Hesson. That's Mike Hesson, right? Like he's a strategist and planner. Okay, so we will definitely tell that Shash. Okay, but yeah, talking about that said, okay, Shash rightly mentioned about Pant not giving Amit Mishra the full quota of overs. I mean, he did it with Ashwin as well in one of the previous matches, right? So young captain, I'm sure he's going to learn a lot of things. Okay, so what do you think? Like being the captain, is it going to really help him, make him a better player?
You're asking me? Oh,
yes. Yeah.
No, he's learning through the ranks, and he needs to go through these kind of phases where he learns from failures and then he improves. He's still very young, and he's taken on the responsibility of having someone like Steve Smith standing in the boundary, and this guy's calling the shots. He will definitely improve over time. I think he's making all the right decisions, and the best thing is he's surrounded by very experienced people. Shikhar Dhawan, Steve Smith, Marcus Stoinis, all these guys have played very good competitive cricket. Even Ishant Sharma. Imagine yesterday, before the start of the game, he's actually giving Sharma tips on how to bowl to Virat and to actually Padikkal also. And if you realize, Ishant Sharma's first 2 overs beautifully leaving the left-hander.
Exactly.
He really pops them with one that slightly nipped in. So these are insights which he can give as a keeper, and it's also benefiting him as a captain, and everyone's seeing that. So his learning curve, I think I read in an article today, is just going upwards, which is a very big positive.
Yeah, and that's a really, really big positive for India.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he's only going to get better and better from here. All right, Manas, wanted to ask you this guy Avesh Khan. Okay, he bowled the 19th over to AB de Villiers, right? But he was nailing all those Yorkers, right? Not only that over, I think he's kind of being defined for Delhi Capitals, right?
Yeah. So he's taken very good wickets of Dhoni and yesterday Kohli also. So if not for that, Kohli would have probably gone big on Delhi, because he has a lot of score again, a lot of 50+ scores against DC. So Avesh Khan is bowling very beautifully, and he did control the innings a bit. But then we had ABD, who is out of the world.
Yeah. So I know it was all ABD, but there was one more guy who performed very well for RCB, Manas. Okay, and that guy is Rajat Patidar. Okay. Yeah, so he came in at number 3 and he was dropped for a match. But
does anyone see any resemblance with Patidar and Kohli? He looks like a replica of Kohli, no?
Dude, all this Patidar, Kohli, Padikkal, they have all very similar.
Yeah, I think under the helmet, right? It's actually very difficult to actually find out, okay, who it is. Okay, but just talk us through that innings. How important was it? Because he's someone who wants to make a name for his own, right? So how important was that innings, Manas, from Patidar?
Yeah, Patidar coming in at 3 strengthens the RCB top order, and he definitely played well yesterday. We can expect a few more good knocks from him at number 3, and that will definitely reduce the pressure on ABD, because you can't expect de Villiers to play in every match. Like he has done it twice already in I think in Mumbai Indians, against Mumbai Indians, and yesterday. So there'll be.
No, I would say 200 times. Okay.
Many times. Many times.
Yeah. Okay. Let's stick to many times. Okay. Yeah. And it's nice if the Indian contingent also comes good, especially in the middle order. All right, Madhu. So when the whole world was talking about AB de Villiers become the man of the match, you thought Siraj would be the man of the match. Okay. He didn't win the man of the match award, Madhu, but he actually won RCB the match, right? Yeah. Defending 13. Against the likes of Rishabh Pant and Shimron Hetmeyer. Not easy at all. So just
imagine the pressure, like the last over, so much pressure. And I think the first 3 balls, he did a great job. I was very confident. And then 4, 6, it was just too much tension. And then last it came, 6 runs from 1 ball. It was you couldn't even sit still, it was just you're praying, you're crossing your fingers, you're just hoping. And then, we won it. No, honestly, the beginning, like they kept showing, no, at these many overs, RCB was so much. Like it was pretty much the same, like same number of wickets, same number of runs. And I kept thinking, oh, like they won't have an ABD, so to like kill it in the last few overs. Yeah, and I was clearly wrong. And I was like confident that we'll be winning from the beginning. Like, you know, when the wickets were falling, I was just like relaxing. I was just like all of that. And then towards the end, I was like, you can't say it can be anybody's match.
Yeah, and out of the blue, this guy came.
Yeah.
I mean, he was newer beginnings for Delhi.
Yeah, just to add to that, you know, they have to take catches, man, at crucial times. Christian last time, then Padikkal this time.
But you know what? But there is a theory that Christian, I think he has won the maximum number of T20 titles around the world. I think so.
I know, but when it comes to RCB, it becomes a different thing again. So.
No, and there is a theory that he knows you just cannot be winning everything when you go into the playoffs, right? So you need a loss, and that is what like Dan Christian did. He actually foresee the future, and that's why he dropped. And yeah, Jadeja just went on to.
So you're telling he's a soothsayer?
Yeah.
Might well be. You never know, like all these cricketers, like what kind of sentiments they have. Okay, so probably, you know what, just lose a match and then go into the playoffs. So you know, like there is a kick on the backside, and you know, like you can actually play well.
But man, literally yesterday, you know, you had to have your PP apparatus next to you because these guys keep giving us, you know, unnecessary tensions.
Yeah. It's always like that. So it's always like CSK and RCB, they're always like that. And I don't know if you guys noticed on Sunday, even the Star Sports channels, they were hyping it up so much, you know, the CSK vs RCB match more than it was there for the other matches. Like they had some cartoons, they had animations. Okay, of Kohli and Dhoni and stuff. All right,
you know
so probably even.
I was watching on Hotstar. CSK versus RCB had about 84 lakh people subscribing on the app to watch it. The second match had only about 22 or something.
Right.
It was like nobody cares about the second match.
Yeah, it's like the India-Pakistan of IPL, man, I'll say.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we will talk about it more, like probably at the end of the first leg.
That's the last game, I think.
Correct. So probably at the end of the first leg. I mean, this season at least it looks like, you know what, we already have 3 teams which will make it to the playoffs. Okay, so but we never know. Like IPL has this strange habit of throwing surprises in the last weekend or so. So we'll just wait for that. So talking about the DC innings, said okay, this guy, we have to talk about this guy Shimron Hetmyer. Okay, I mean, there is something about watching left-handers, right? Left-handers, especially when they get that ball in the arc. They know, you know what, this is my arc, and if I swing, I am just going to clear it over mid-wicket or long on for a 6. Okay, it was wonderful to watch, wasn't it?
Very beautiful to watch. Hetmyer is a very strong batsman. He doesn't come across as that, but then once he gets going, there's no stopping him. He got 50 within 22, 23 balls?
Yeah, 23 balls.
He was on fire. He was just absolutely hard to bowl to, and it was sad that DC didn't cross the line. Thank God for RCB. But I think even Pant should have played a little bit more aggressively. He was playing a little slow. Not sure what was going on with him. Maybe he was trying to contain it. But then 100 strike rate didn't help DC's cause.
Right. So that's what I want to ask you. So like suddenly he's the captain, and probably he's feeling much more responsible. Like, what do you think, Manas? Like, I think Rishabh Pant should be Rishabh Pant. Okay, because he's such a wonderful talent that we don't want to pressurize him with like so much of responsibilities, right? We don't want to see an innings like yesterday. We want to see the guy who actually comes down the track to Nathan Lyon, okay, on a 5th day wicket, okay, and take him. So what do you think, Manas? We want to see that Rishabh Pant, right?
I think we need to get Nathan Lyon into the IPL then.
Yes. Yeah, we need to get him. Hey, come on, all the Australians are already beginning to go back. Okay. I don't think.
Sorry, Manas, continue.
Yeah. Go ahead, Manas.
Yeah. So Rishabh Pant should continue to play those kind of shots. Even in the England series, we saw how against Joe Archer and I think Stuart Broad, I think.
Anderson, that reverse for a 6.
Yeah, so I was worried that even against Harshal Patel, he might do the same yesterday. But I think it's the captaincy pressure which is forcing him to play those kind of slow knocks. And even a little more strike rate from him could have helped Delhi, because margin of 1 run is way too less. So if he had played a little more freely, then definitely could have got Delhi across the line.
All right.
He should play that way.
So Madhu, to finish off, so what do you think? Already thinking about the playoffs? Okay, so traditionally 7 wins is good enough to enter the playoffs in IPL. Okay, so already 5 out of 6, having a dream season. So like you're already planning like all those crackers and stuff. You want to take it slow.
I hope they can keep this momentum going, honestly. It's so nice as a fan to be on top of the table, like at least in the top 4. And I hope we can reach the playoffs very soon.
All right, guys. So that's the story of yesterday. RCB have been plugging a lot of holes, which they have been having in the last few seasons. And everything seems to be coming well. And yeah, they are at the top of the table. Well done, RCB. And as you can see, all the folks here are super happy and super excited. Even Shash is giving a smile. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I've not seen Shashank smile ever.
What are you telling, bro? I speak with a smile itself.
Hey, don't tell me the line. Okay.
Come on.
All right, guys. So the IPL caravan moves to Delhi. I don't like it's things are crazy in Delhi, but the BCCI still believes that we can actually have these matches. And I'm sure you all must have seen, right? They are saying that this time we're playing for a bigger cause. Okay, we're playing actually for humanity, and that's why the caravan has moved to Delhi. And to start things off in Delhi, we have the Chennai Super Kings, okay, take on the Sunrisers Hyderabad, the team at the top of the table. Okay, so I'm probably like, okay, second. All right, Manas is sure to correct it.
Yeah, you're getting excited, bro. It's still not over. The game is yet.
Okay, so because like when I was preparing yesterday, I was billing it as top of the table against the bottom of the table. But yeah, things changed after yesterday's match. Yeah. All right, Manas, 4 wins in a row. Okay, so I'm sure CSK start as favorites.
Not really, because even RCB were 4 wins in a row and then they choked in the end. So I don't see any team winning a lot of matches in a row this time because of the neutral venues. And Sunrisers would definitely want to come back into the game. Like they have only 2 points right now, and this could be the match where where the top 3, all of them, or at least 2 of them fire and get Sunrisers 2 more points so that they can be in the competition. So I don't think Chennai will perform that well in Delhi.
Yeah, you never know. Well, that's a brave call, but let's wait and see, okay? And we'll talk about it.
Karthik's sweating bullets right now. You're losing, maybe.
Yeah. No, that's what. No, I'm just going to hold all my aces and see like what happens tomorrow. All right, Shash, I think the best part about Chennai is as you've been keeping, right? So no one great performance. Okay, it's all been like the performance has been spread out, and Moeen Ali is expected to be back. Okay, and yeah, the two things that has changed from the last season, that everybody is performing in bits and pieces at least, and they are showing intent, and that's what has helped them so far this season.
Yeah, I think that augurs well, right, for the team, considering that you have different match winners on different days. So that also gives confidence to the captain that he doesn't have to depend on one particular player. So anyone is able to perform on that particular day. I think that's what they've been able to do. Someone is able to put their hands up on different days. And coming to Moeen Ali, I think it would be a boost up for them, considering that he's been playing well both with the bat and the ball. And Delhi pitch, it's traditionally known to be a little on the slower side. And I think runs will be again slightly difficult. So it might be, to the Chennai's liking.
But the thing is that we never know, Shash. I don't think any international cricket was played in Delhi for a long time, right? Arun Jaitley Stadium. Okay, I'm sure like last year with the COVID
it's the same, stuff, right? It's been renamed as Arun Jaitley, right?
I think Firozshah Kotla has been renamed. No, but I think like at least over the last few months, right? I think not much cricket was played there. So I think today's match should be interesting. We should see how the pitch behaves. And probably that will set the tone for the next 7 matches that is scheduled to go there. Sid, talking about Sunrisers Hyderabad, the foreign contingent has been playing well for them. They've been performing well, right? So probably not Warner that much. Like he would be expecting, like if you take Bairstow, Williamson, Rashid Khan, but the Indian contingent has to come good for them, Sid. Today.
Yeah, Warner has to stop getting himself out, no? Enough of runouts.
Enough of runouts. Yeah.
Yeah. But then I think they should just stick to basics and play well as a team. Unfortunately, they haven't been doing that too well in this entire season. But irrespective of which contingent is performing, I think the team benefits from any kind of performance. So they need to just go back to the drawing board and just keep it simple and go back to playing what they are best known for. Having Bairstow and Warner go all guns blazing, having Pandey come and play. I don't know if he's playing, but having everyone else contributing in significant fashion, I think they should be able to pull this off against CSK.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I think
since
Pandey
Manu
will
told
play.
CSK is not going to win, so we'll stick to that.
Yeah,
I know
Sid
that's what you
mentioned
think, Sid.
Pandey should be given a chance considering that he has some experience. You know,
No, I'm sure
others.
Pandey will play because even last match after the press conference, Warner said, you know what, it was a selector's call and probably he didn't have a say in dropping Manish Pandey because he wanted Pandey in the team.
You need someone like Pandey in the team. You
All
need-
right. So definitely in T20s, especially in the IPL, no team start as clear favorites. Okay, all right. So this is going to be a super interesting match. First match in Delhi. So we're all excited to see how the Chennai Super Kings take on the Sunrisers Hyderabad. So the super fan Madhu. So who are you betting? Is it
I
the
mean,
CSK?
I hope CSK doesn't win, but if they win, if they don't win, it'll be such a shock. I mean, especially since last game's performance and Jadeja and everything, like they have to win. Come on.
Okay, so like we're just going to ask you, okay, so what's your prediction for today, right here, so that like all our millions of fans and millions of viewers can actually take a cue.
Jadeja.
All right, so she's going with Jadeja again, and let's see if Jadeja performs. All right, guys, remember this is going to be the link to predict the man of the match for CSK versus SRH. And yesterday, it was obvious choice. AB de Villiers. After that last over, we got so many right predictions. I think Manas also predicted, yeah. But let's see who is the winner. We had a lot of repeat names, the people who have won.
Hey, Shash, why didn't you predict that?
He already knew.
I thought he said hosts are not allowed, no?
All right, guys, it is Nishit Koti.
Oh, okay.
Who
Congrats.
is the lucky winner for yesterday? Congrats, Nishit. I know Nishit has already won once. Okay, so congratulations, winning it again. Well done. And as always, guys, enjoy the cricket and stay safe. Cheers.
Bye.
Yeah.